Hi guys, this is Stuti Gogia. In case you are listening this voice for the very first time, you can go check out my social media handles. And this is season 3 of Stuti Speaks. And as I say always that I have a very special guest, but it genuinely is. I always have very special guests with me who are from different backgrounds, different cultures, and have different areas of interest, passion, and everything. So today my guest is Diksha. Firstly, I'll tell how I met Diksha. I met Diksha via the podcast group. So मैं बहुत बार बोलती हूँ that I am a part of a podcast group which got trained by Voice of Anchor initially now, which is Spotify for podcasters. So we were like we attended the workshop, and that's how we connected with many people. So I don't know how I bumped in, but I bumped in into Diksha, and we chatted, and that's how like we were talking, and we were thinking कि क्या करें, and I mean we decided on something. So she's working with a herbal skincare brand as a partner manager, and she currently lives in Bangalore. So we are here today to talk about how movies and series and different kind of like whatever the content we see basically on Netflix or OTTs or sometimes in movies as well, how they help us grow, like what is the learning behind that. So Diksha has a lot of interest in that as well, plus she has her own podcast too, which we might want to talk about later. And that's like having a very interesting name as Miss Binge Burrito, if I'm not wrong. It's that.
Yeah,
So over to you, Diksha. मैंने मतलब मेरे ख्याल से I tried my best to give the introduction, but I think I must have missed few parts. So please go ahead and fill in that.
yeah. Sure. Hi, everyone. So, this is Diksha, and I have this podcast called Miss Binge Burrito, where I talk about everything that is binge worthy, whether it's food, it's books, music, series. You say it, and I have. And talking of which, I'm currently professionally working as a partnerships manager in a herbal skincare brand called Prakriti Herbals. You might have seen our reels on Instagram. I think I'm promoting my brand here, but yeah, it's like a family to me. Yeah. So talking of series, yes,
Hmm.
I think a major role in my life, TV played a major role. Like before this series era, there was this shows era where you used to watch, like for example, this Dil Mil Gaye, or for example, Is Pyar Ko Kya Naam Diya, or something like that, like cringe-worthy serials we see it seems right now. But these shows, and for example, the time, like I am a 90s kid, so I was born in 90s era where Doordarshan was there, and I was born in a village, so my upbringing is actually done in a village. So you can understand how important a role a TV played in my life. I was so obsessed with TV, I tell you, I was so obsessed with TV. My parents wanted to send me for higher studies, like I was a kid actually, so they wanted to let me go to like a big city, but I was reluctant, and I was denying, I was crying until and unless they pack a TV with me. And I kid you not, they did. We
Wow.
had a tiny TV. Yeah, we had a tiny TV. They packed that TV with me. That TV came along with me, and I shifted to my Bade Papa's and Badi Mummy's home. That's how I was obsessed with TV. I'm not that obsessed now, but I'm just saying how it played a major role in my life.
Wow, great. And दिल मिल गए वही है ना, वो जो दो डॉक्टर्स थे and they were like very pretty
Yeah,
girls.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Dr. Mankaran Singh Grover, and
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
remember the actress's name.
अब मेरे को भी नहीं पता, but she was very pretty and beautiful, and the guy was also
Yeah,
very
yeah,
handsome. Yeah, I had my teenage crush on.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So now I remember. We are talking about the same people. So basically,
Yeah.
how you realize that, I mean, how, firstly, let me ask you this: how do you think something is binge worthy? What is your definition of binge when we talk about any
Yeah.
series or so anything? So what is your definition of binge?
Hmm. This is the first time anyone has asked me this question. Actually, I never asked this question to myself also. So thank you, Stuti, for asking this question actually.
Hmm.
So for me, currently, binge worthy is something that touches my heart and that caught my attention, whether it's funny, like, or it's something that is very close to my heart. For example, last year, unfortunately, I lost my dog.
Oh,
So
okay.
anything related to animals or especially dogs, like for example, this movie, South Indian movie, amazing movie came called Charlie 777. I think you might have heard about it. So I was so obsessed with it. I cried like a child,
Baby.
like for days after watching that movie because I
Hmm.
lost my dog last year. Then this was this cartoonish show called Duck Days.
Okay.
It's really good show. So for me, currently, towards your answer question, sorry, my definition for binge right now is what I'm feeling right now. Like, what's my mood?
Hmm. Anything which
And
makes you obsessive or maybe
yeah,
had,
yeah,
yeah, what caught your attention very and you got stick to it is something which is binge.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
And we are living in the era of goldfish, right? Like we
Hmm.
don't have that much attention span. And I tell everyone, before this goldfish thing invented or what people were aware about it, like before reels and everything, I had that concentration problem. But earlier I used to think as a problem, but now I think it's a superpower. Like if
Hmm.
anything is caught my attention, it means it has something worth watching or
That is
reading or eating, anything.
that is so
Yeah.
true.
And now people can't make shit and people can't like yapping like, yeah, we can't do
Hmm.
this. Right.
Hmm.
So
It
it's a superpower and about this. Yeah.
Hmm. The simulation is much faster. I think everything has pros and
Yeah.
cons as well. So पहले हम कुछ भी देखते रहते थे, पढ़ते रहते थे, even if we don't like it. Now, if people are not liking it,
Hmm.
they don't even sit in the theater and watch it for the sake of watching it. They'll go. Like even if they had paid
Yeah.
the money, they'll be like, "Nahi, that's okay. We can go. We can leave because OTT might be having a much better option." So yeah, I mean
Yeah.
pros
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
cons दोनों है. So how like what was we talked about like बहुत पीछे जाके about दूरदर्शन, like what you remember maybe I won't say teenage तो नहीं बोलूँगी, in your like latest in last 5 years, what you remember was that thing which caught your attention the most कि हाँ ये मेरे लिए बहुत where like you started maybe your binge burrito journey or whatever, so how what
Hmm.
was that point
Hmm.
for you?
Like what caught my attention?
Like
I'm
kuch
not
so
understanding the question.
basically maybe I'm not able to explain it properly, so when you
Hmm.
started the series of binge burrito or maybe your podcast
Hmm.
कुछ उससे एक
Hmm.
दो साल पहले or maybe at that time around, what was that something, any series or what caught your attention to do something like binge burrito, like to talk about
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
which is binge worthy?
Understood. Understood. So
Hmm.
for me, what caught my attention and what made me think is like we all are not blessed with the what should I say, the best people around us. Like
Hmm.
most of the time, like we think like hum saath saath hai wali life we are living, but
Hmm.
it's not the same for everyone.
Hmm.
And for me personally, it's the case. Like
Hmm.
I'm not someone who's very close to my family or especially my parents and siblings. I have always been away. I've studied in
Hmm.
boarding and all that,
Hmm.
and I'm really grateful for that.
Hmm.
So for me, these series, these shows were like a
Hmm.
home. Like they saved me. I know it sounds really stupid, but
No, it
it
doesn't.
is. They actually saved me. You never know, a simple thing can save you. Like, yeah, for example, if you remember, if you watched that series of Anushka Sharma production house,
Hmm.
that Hathoda Tyagi movie, what's that
Hmm.
called? Patal Lok.
Hmm. Jaideep
Yeah.
Ahlawat wala na?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
I
the
do
film.
remember.
In
Patal Lok
that,
was amazing.
yeah. In that series, that Abhishek Banerjee played a role of Hathoda Tyagi,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So he was a cruel, brutalist killer. But
Hmm.
there's one thing that caught his attention, and one thing that he softens his hearts, which makes him human, and that is what his this mentor taught him. कि अगर कोई इंसान कुत्ते से प्यार करता है तो वो एक अच्छा इंसान है, लेकिन
Right.
अगर कोई कुत्ता किसी इंसान से प्यार करता है, if the dog likes the person, that means that person is amazing, he's trustworthy and he's really loving person. So if
Hmm.
you remember, he goes to
Right.
kill that lady, but he
Hmm.
stops because he sees that dog is licking her cheeks.
Hmm. Hmm.
At
Hmm.
that time, you won't believe it, Shruti, I don't believe in coincidences.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
before that, I had no dogs in my life. Like I
Hmm.
was terrified of dogs. I'm still I am.
Hmm.
But luckily, 1 year after, my siblings got some around 4 puppies, and we domesticated them. We made them a part of our family, and then fortunately and unfortunately, COVID happened,
Hmm.
and I never thought that that dog can be such a huge part in my life.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
then I understood that dialogue.
Hmm.
When he died, no, I
Hmm.
understood why what that dialogue meant.
Hmm.
So that's how all these things are so not just superficial. They are
Hmm.
written from someone who is in love with the dogs, and who
Hmm.
for them like dog plays a major part. That might be the person who have wrote this dialogue. I'm
Hmm.
100% sure about it. So
Hmm.
I'm just saying, like everything is like has a meaning, and
Hmm.
for me, when I watch something, it just hits me.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And
That's how
like
your
that,
journey started of like
yeah,
how.
yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah. So what my journey, sorry, not, I was not able to answer your question.
No,
So
no.
what I
Yeah.
meant to say is, my thing is,
Hmm.
this is how that dialogue, that
Hmm.
series changed my life and my complete mindset. So
Hmm.
I wanted to share these experiences. Like,
Hmm.
just don't watch as a dumbhead.
Hmm. Got it.
Anything,
Hmm.
every damn thing has a meaning, and it can change your life, and it can help you survive. Like
So
at
true.
the moment when that dog came in my life, I was in the worst phase of my life. Like I
Hmm.
had terrible, what should I say,
Mental health maybe. Hmm.
mental state, and like COVID was tough for all of us,
Yeah.
right?
True.
But I was blessed, like I was stuck in a village, like, and we had all the necessary things, and hopefully nobody caught COVID in our family. But the problem is, I had to actually live with the people whom I haven't spent so much time. For
Hmm.
some it might seem like, wow, what a blessing, but it's not true.
Hmm.
Like for
Hmm.
me, it was not true. So I was
Hmm.
in a terrible mindset. So
Hmm.
yeah, that dog saved me, and
Hmm.
that dialogue saved me, and that series saved me.
Hmm. Hmm. So what you are basically trying to say is you never know what act as a blessing, and sometimes the
Yeah,
kind of content you are watching can have so much of impact on your mindset, and like I mean that act as your happy place, as you said, that
yeah,
acted
yeah,
as home. So the content and series can act as a home for you. So while we were
yeah.
talking, you were telling about something like funny and how it is helpful, something like that. We were talking, you want to talk about that? So yeah, go ahead on that.
Yeah, yeah. So
Hmm.
what I meant is, for example, you might have heard this series called Sarabhai versus Sarabhai.
Oh, I loved it. I totally loved
Yeah,
it. Huh.
I don't know, Shruti, what happens to me
Hmm.
every month. Series caught my eye, and I watch that series in loop.
Hmm.
Like I
Hmm.
have watched that series like 6 to 7 times.
Hmm.
Like in this era, that series seems like really blur. Like they are not, the colors are not that popping out of the screen. It's not shooted in that HD cameras,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
somehow that series just makes our day. Like for
True, true.
20 minutes, we laugh out loud. Like those
True.
dialogues were so, I am say, top notch. Like nobody can write those dialogues right now. Like they even tried. They
Hmm.
tried to make it like that second season. They tried to make it during COVID. It released, but it
Yeah.
failed terribly.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's what I'm saying. Like for example, funny, when it comes to funny, what I find funny, for example, during COVID, what caught my attention is Schitt's Creek. You
Hmm.
might have heard that Canadian series.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
You
Hmm.
might have heard that name.
This
And
this I've not heard, but yeah, I would like to know about
yeah,
it.
yeah. Please watch it. You might. These are the and then I have that other series that caught my eye was Bob Hart's Abhi Shola.
Okay,
So
okay.
you might have, these are not those popular, but it's amazing. So, for example, the most funniest series when I'm sad or something like that, it has either it has to be Sarabhai versus Sarabhai,
Oh, I
or either
totally
it
agree.
has to be Friends. In
Same.
English, it's Friends.
I mean, you caught my energy. I was about to say that. Sara Bhai was something which was like a teenage close heart thing. And वो भी
Yeah,
वो भी
yeah,
COVID में I think मैंने देखा है, but वो जो उनका connection and the way, I mean, and the same, I think Anupama is same na now. Anupama
yeah, yeah,
has
yeah. Rupali Ganguly, yeah,
Rupali
she's the same
Ganguly, yeah,
actor.
she was the one
Yeah,
who did Sarabhai versus. हाँ,
yeah,
so
yeah,
now she's popular as Anupama. So I
yeah,
totally, I mean, I was like उससे relatability जो level की feel होती थी उसका कोई there was no, I mean उसका
yeah,
कोई
yeah,
है ही नहीं. And Friends actually changed my, I mean मैंने बहुत late देखा, people must have seen that early, very early, but मैंने आई थिंक कोविड से जस्ट पहले या कोविड में ही देखा होगा. मेरे को श्योर नहीं, आई थिंक 2019 में देखा मैंने,
yeah.
2019 या 2018 में. बट आई वाज लाइक what I was missing in my life. जब तक मैं ये देख नहीं रही थी, मैं देख क्या रही थी, I was that, मतलब I was like कि मैंने आज तक लाइफ में देखा ही क्या अगर मैंने फ्रेंड्स नहीं
I
देखा तो.
can
और जब
understand. I
जब
can,
लोग ये बोलते थे ना कि उन्होंने, जब लोग बोलते थे कि उन्होंने मतलब अगर किसी ने फ्रेंड्स नहीं देखा तो उसने कुछ नहीं देखा, तो मुझे ऐसा लगता था
हाँ.
ऐसा भी क्या होगा, बिकॉज मैंने I used to watch, if you have ever seen How I Met Your Mother or
Oh my
Vampire,
God.
yeah, Vampire Diaries maybe, but वो चलो थोड़ा सा डार्क में कंसीडर होगा, but How I Met Your Mother was also my favorite. बट उसके बाद जब मैंने फ्रेंड्स देखा, आई वाज लाइक ओ, और जिस दिन वो खत्म हुई ना, जिस दिन फ्रेंड्स खत्म हुआ, आई वाज लाइक वॉइड कि अब मैं लाइफ में करूँ क्या, आप तो कुछ बचा ही नहीं है मेरी लाइफ में करने के लिए, मतलब मैं क्या करूँ, ये खत्म क्यों हो गया. दैट वाज
I
माइंड, क्योंकि
can
मैंने सारा
understand.
देखा ना, इट वाज लाइक
Yeah,
6
yeah.
सालों का. सो इट वाज लाइक चलता बहुत बहुत टाइम
Hmm,
तक
hmm,
चला.
hmm, hmm.
Suddenly it ended and my life was like what, void, nothing. So yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, मैं
yeah,
I
yeah.
got
No,
emotional a bit. So
I
yeah,
have a
friends,
confession to make, Stuti here. I have a
yeah.
confession to make.
Hmm.
I can't bear tolerate How I Met Your Mother. I'm so sorry. I just can't.
दैट्स ओके, दैट्स ओके. वही मैं बोल रही हूँ, वही बोल रही हूँ, टिल द टाइम मैंने फ्रेंड्स ही देखा था, मुझे वो भी ठीक लगा था. बट वंस आई
हाँ,
सॉ फ्रेंड्स, मुझे बहुत
yeah,
सारी चीजें अच्छी लगनी बंद होगी, बिकॉज दैट
yeah,
वाज द
yeah,
लेवल ऑफ. तभी मैं बोल रही हूँ,
yeah, yeah.
जब मुझे लोगों ने बोला था कि ये देख लो फ्रेंड्स, तो मैंने शुरू में आई वाज नॉट एबल टू वॉच इट, एक दो.
Hmm,
देन आई
hmm.
शिफ्टेड टू हाउ आई मेट योर मदर, बट व्हेन आई वॉच फ्रेंड्स मुझे लगा यार आई हैव मिस्ड समथिंग ऑन इट. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
coming back to, we vibed on Sarabhai versus Sarabhai and Friends. So yeah, these two are my favorite as well. Let's
Hmm.
go back to what you were saying. Yeah. So these
Uh,
feel like home for sure.
yeah, yeah. So, like for example, uh, like for example, when people like very close to, when people are very close to their families.
Mm.
So, and for example, if they are not close to their families, I think there are some series which everyone can watch and they might feel like home. For example, Modern Family.
Okay.
If you have watched that, you should watch that series. It's
This
really
I've heard. I
hilarious.
have to.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
on
Modern
Prime, I
Family.
guess. It's on Prime. Prime पे या Netflix
Yeah,
पे.
yeah, it might be on Prime and it might be on Hotstar. I don't
Hmm.
remember
Hmm.
actually,
Hmm.
because
Prime.
I downloaded this series in my laptop and then
Okay.
I watched them. I didn't
Okay.
watch on OTT platforms.
Okay.
Yeah,
Modern Family. I
and
will. Hmm.
yeah, Modern Family. And for example, you might, I don't know, you might have heard that name or not. The Goldbergs.
नहीं, ये नहीं सुना मैंने. I've never heard.
ये ये सीरीज ऐसी है कि you can watch with family and they are about family, like crazy stupid families.
Wow, I will.
So yeah, yeah. So you will laugh out loud and you will cry out loud.
Hmm, hmm,
They're
hmm,
that good, like
hmm, hmm,
balance everything.
hmm,
So if you are someone who is missing your family or like missing that feeling of home, you
hmm,
know,
hmm.
then these are the series you should watch.
Sure,
That's
I
what I
will.
want to say.
Modern
Yeah,
Family was in my watch list, but then I forgot. But yeah, I'll add it again.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm. So, what more suggestion? Any more like life-changing series you have in your, specifically if Indian ones, or maybe yeah, any popular
yeah,
Western
yeah.
as well?
I I will say I don't know whether they eventually changed my life actually,
Mm-hmm.
but before eventually changing my life, they eventually changed my prior to changing my life, they actually changed my mindset like
Perspective.
completely. For
Mm-hmm.
example, the biggest example, I said this to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, the way LGBTQ community is portrayed in our series or in our television in our movies is terrible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You might agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a man who is having there's those hand movements like women,
Mm-hmm.
so they are considered that they are gay,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But this mindset completely shattered when I watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
It's a comedy series. It's
Mm.
about a police station with it's called Brooklyn Nine-Nine there, and they have like really stupid and really idiotic police officers, and it's the
Mm.
series about their life and their shenanigans. So
Mm-hmm.
the captain of that
Mm-hmm.
precinct, like the
Mm-hmm.
police station, is gay.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
way he portrayed that character actually really shattered the image of a homosexual man in my mind.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So it played a really major role in my life because earlier to that, prior to that, what I used to think is gay people are the people who are like behave like women because that's how
Mm-hmm.
उनका मजाक उड़ाया जाता है हमारी सीरीज
In
में हमारी
India,
मूवीज में.
yeah. Mm-hmm. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
now things are changing. But yeah, initially Bollywood
yeah,
movies were like slightly like that. Yeah, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's changed these things only.
Mm-hmm.
Like for
Mm-hmm.
example, हम इतना ध्यान नहीं देते, but
Mm-hmm.
change ऐसे ही आता है. Like it
Good.
changed my mindset. It might have changed someone else's mindset. And
Mm-hmm.
even if someone is listening, their mindset will also change.
Mm-hmm. That is so true.
So these things play a major role in my life, and especially in changing my mindset.
Hmm. Got it. Got it.
Hmm.
Hmm. So, matlab, it was like वही
Do
बोल रहे
you
थे एक
have
से
like have you?
हम्म बोलो बोलो आप बोल रहे थे
Yeah.
कंटिन्यू you were asking
नहीं, मैं
something.
ये बोल रही थी, मैं आपको पूछ रही थी, is there any series or anything that changed your mindset or your life completely?
Friends was indeed one of them, as I mentioned, which was like major turning
Yeah.
point for me. And
Hmm.
what I Patal Log was also very interesting and binge watching. If I say like binge
Hmm.
watching perspective
Hmm.
की sense में. Also,
Hmm.
I think COVID में many came because उस time ना COVID या फिर I say COVID के बाद because the OTT was growing at that time. So yeah, that was one of
Hmm.
the series. I don't know if you have ever heard about it. It's Supernaturals. It was on
Yeah, yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
हाँ
It's about two brothers who are
two
like
brothers.
into
हाँ
being
हाँ.
close and stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. So उसमें when I used to watch that, I used to think कि this is mostly imaginary things happening here. Something like this
Hmm.
doesn't happen in. But eventually, when I spiritually grew, I was able to understand many things which were they saying in that series at that time. सो आई वोंट
Hmm.
से कि
Hmm.
मैं आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि मैं कोर्स या कुछ चीज को प्रमोट कर रही हूँ बट व्हेन आई ग्रू स्पिरिचुअली I was able to understand what perspective they were coming from because they were talking about angels, archangels at that time in those series, which was completely an
Hmm.
alien thing for me till the time I was not a spiritual healer. So
Hmm.
that it at that time when I watched it was not life changing for me if I say, but when I look back I think that makes sense that those kind of series now make sense to me. So yeah, these two three, but yeah, major milestone if I say was this only only. And like you said, Sarabhai versus Sarabhai, I had a one of if you have ever watched that serial Seahawks करके एक serial आता था on
Hmm.
R. Madhavan and Milind Soman were there in that serial.
No, I haven't. I haven't
You
watched
have
that,
not. That also
but I
one
would
of
love to. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so something like that, and there was this one more Doordarshan serial. I don't know, जिसमें Karan I'm still not remembering. There were few teenage kind of stuff which I still remember from childhood, like Hip Hip Hooray. If you have ever seen that series,
No, no, I heard that. I'm not like,
maybe you are like you are even younger. You are much younger to me, so those
yeah, yeah.
were
I
like
mean, I was born
cartoons.
in like
90s.
late 90s.
Okay, then you won't be able to relate. So my
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like I'm a late 80s kid, so yeah, that won't make sense to you.
Hmm.
So anyways, so yeah, these so we will come to a, like strong in one point. Friends was quite life changing for me, like in every sense and how the content can help you grow. If I talk about funny content specifically, Zakir Khan makes much more sense to me in many
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
My perspective on Zakir Khan is completely different from what typically people see him as.
Hmm.
Like, I don't find him that funny, but what I find him is a
Relatable.
really deeply spiritual man who
True that.
just touches your heart. Like,
That's so true.
he's an artist.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
That's
his
why
lines are amazing. Like, I don't love him as
comedian.
as
No.
a comedian, but
Hmm.
as a writer, he's terrific. He's
He's
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
How if you have seen his special on Netflix or Amazon, I don't remember that. Amazon. The
Mm-hmm.
latestly came on Amazon, and the way he made people cry. I mean, he made people laugh, then he made people cry, and then he
Yeah.
again made people laugh. So,
Yeah.
as an artist, वो जो graph है, I mean, a
Hmm.
comedian making people cry is a very
Hmm.
big thing, actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the way that man portrays, like, and then emits that, what should I say, charisma and the confidence that he
Hmm.
has in himself, and the way he love, he's a typical example of self love,
That's
is what I,
so true. That is so
right?
true.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, when I see him, and even when we're talking about him,
Hmm.
something is going in my mind, like some of his lines are going in my mind. I'm not
Hmm.
thinking about him and I'm laughing. Like,
Hmm.
when I think of Tanmay Bhatt, I laugh.
Hmm. Huh.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to Zakir Khan, I can't laugh. I just remain silent and just.
Yeah. Actually, I think there. I mean, for with him, like the emotion, like उसने कितने easily बोल दिया बादल important है, right?
Hmm, hmm,
Everybody knows that बादल important है. You want a window seat, you want to sit
hmm,
airplane में side में,
hmm.
but with the detail he mentioned in one of the, it's like it has become the वही बोलते हैं ना वो एक वो बन गया. It's like आप बादल important है या बादल का नाम लेते हैं आपको जाकिर खान ही याद आएगा because he made
Huh.
that emotion out of even a cloud.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how deep.
What I
Hmm.
in my professional life since past 1 year is
Hmm.
that what sells is emotion. You're not
Hmm.
selling a product, you're not selling yourself. What you're selling is an emotion.
That is so true. And if
And
someone can relate to that emotion, you are like you are sold.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
you're completely fully sold, and that's how
Mm,
people are like. That's how people relate to Shah Rukh Khan or maybe anything who is like Zakir Khan
mm.
because they
Yeah.
sell emotions. They don't sell. I mean, they are not the brand by chance. They are
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they
For
are people.
example, the latest and the biggest example is Pathan. Have you watched
Yeah,
Pathan?
yeah, I've seen Pathan.
Terrible movie,
Huh.
terrible,
Huh.
cringe-worthy dialogues, cringe-worthy story, nothing
Hmm.
special about anything, like nothing. But
Yeah,
what actually sold the ticket was Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan. Hmm.
Like, I'm not a Shah Rukh Khan fan,
Hmm. Hmm.
but since he was coming on the screen after facing so much, like
Hmm.
with his
Hmm.
son in the past
Hmm.
months, and everything that is going in the country, like, like
Hmm. Hmm.
this Hindutva and all that Muslim propagandas,
Hmm.
like, he gave that hope. Like, you can't break a person, like, you
Hmm.
can't unlove a person and
Hmm.
bring and spread hate about him. Like, you can't replace love with hate, and he's the primary example of that. Like, he
Hmm.
spread those hands, and like, I
Hmm.
just went crazy. Like
Hmm.
me, everyone came to watch him only. To be
Hmm.
honest, I haven't watched Deepika, and even I love John Abraham. My favorite
Yeah,
actor is
even
John
I
Abraham.
like him as a person. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
he's kind of
yeah.
nice guy. Yeah,
But
yeah.
I movie for Shah Rukh Khan
Yeah,
and
because
also
when we
Salman.
were Salman also,
Yeah,
because they are not people, they are emotions. When we say
yeah,
Shah Rukh Khan,
exactly.
it's not Shah Rukh
Yeah,
Khan. It's a Shah Rukh Khan is an emotion, right?
yeah,
Similarly for Zakir Khan is an emotion. They are
yeah, yeah,
not people.
exactly.
They are not random people.
Yeah,
They are brands. They are emotion people.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
touch heart of people.
Yeah, exactly. When we are talking about them,
Hmm.
certain emotion play,
Hmm. Mine.
right?
True.
Like
True.
when I'm talking about Tanmay Bhatt, like
Hmm.
I'm what plays in my mind is that horrendous Ravan wala laugh,
Ha ha. Right. Right.
right?
And the way how casual he is about everything, like
Yeah,
saying
yeah, yeah,
saying saying what would I say, trolling someone with that ease and with
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
passion.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
कोई
yeah,
कुछ बोल भी रहा है तो I don't think अगले बंदे को बुरा भी लगेगा because तन्मय
yeah, yeah.
सिंह
Like the
because
sarcasm
तन्मय
level is top
हाँ
notch. Yeah,
हाँ
yeah, yeah.
yeah yeah because Tanmay Singh. So yeah, and I mean that's how I mean when people turn into emotion, things are sold
Hmm.
out. You need not
Hmm.
tap in. You need not go to places and say buy the ticket. They are already
Yeah,
sold out, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. So again, coming back to summary of it, so binge.
Hmm.
What binge means? Like binge is an emotion, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
binging.
exactly. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's
And
that
so
what completes the equation. Binge equals to emotion. Like what
emotion.
I'm feeling right now is what I'm gonna binge watch. Or
Yes.
either not. Like I can just be in my thoughts and binging on my thoughts only.
Overthinking.
That can also happen.
Yeah, that again comes back to binge. But
Yeah.
amazing that Diksha, amazing talking to you. So we are like about to end this. I think we talked a lot. In fact, I talked a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. I
No,
generally
no, it's
talk less,
completely
but
all right. Yeah.
the like you were touching the nerves, which were like my brought back my inner child. So thank you for that. So on the last note, anything to you want to tell to
Yeah,
listeners
yeah,
or
yeah,
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 go
yeah.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead with that.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for inviting me, Stuti. I really had a great time. Since a long time, I actually talked about something that means so much to me.
Mm.
Actually, I'm really thankful to you
Mm.
because I'm not in contact with people, or I'm not in touch with people who are that connected to these things. Like they're
Mm.
like just binge watching,
Mm.
like idiots. Like
Mm.
they are the primary example why those our television screens are called idiot box.
Mm.
Like I'm
Mm.
not one of those person. If I'm
Mm.
watching something, that is gonna affect me.
Mm.
So for like making me realize that again and helping me getting in touch with those emotion and going in deep. Thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
if you want to learn about how these things affects my life and how they can change your life as well, you can binge listen to my podcast, Miss Binge Burrito, where I have also talked about one of the most finest and a most amazing, most romantic series of all time, Zindagi Gulzar Hai.
Wow.
So
You
it's
again
my
touched
number
my
one episode on my podcast. So if you
wow.
want to listen to that amazing conversation, you can binge watch, or you can binge listen after listening to this episode recorded by the amazing Stiti. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
Stuti.
much.
Thank you,
And with
everyone.
Zindagi Gulzara, you again took my like
Yeah, yeah, you should
how
listen
could
to.
I मुझे why I forgot that why I didn't mention it also changed my life.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
heaven watching that
Oh
series.
my God, those
And
dialogues.
how I realized how Pakistani series are so beautiful without
Oh my
any
God.
skill shows, without
Yeah,
any
yeah,
extra
yeah,
things, without any. I mean, yeah, how beautiful they are. Recently, I think I watched Mere Humsafar. It's Mere Humsafar only. With if you
yeah,
have
yeah.
watched that, this is also a very good one. You can
Yeah,
try.
yeah, you should watch Stuti right now. Currently, what I am binge watching is Tere Bin.
Tere Bin. Okay, Tere Bin is
Yeah,
also Pakistani or
yeah, no, it's Pakistani. It's trending all over the world.
it's
It's
Hanya's latest
amazing.
one, क्या? Yeah, Hanya's
Uh,
latest one. It's
no, no, it's not Hanya's. It's Wahaj Ali and one
okay.
other actress. I'm not able. Yumna Ali.
Okay.
Yumna something. You
Okay.
should watch that series. Yeah,
For
amazing.
sure. in the list
Yeah.
now. In the list.
Yeah. If you
Modern.
like this pyar ko kya naam do, you're gonna love tere mein.
इस प्यार को मैं क्या नाम दूं? I have seen that. I think I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah. If
that.
you like that, then you will love that.
आई
It's
थिंक मैंने
amazing.
देखी है if I'm not wrong. But
Yeah,
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 ठीक है. So add it to list, watch list as a takeaway of this podcast is Modern Family and Tere Bin for sure.
yeah, yeah,
ठीक
yeah.
है.
Sure, sure, sure.
ठीक है.
Yeah.
Thanks Diksha for the recommendation. I mean, this is like
Always.
I mean the podcast has given much more to I have expected out of it. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, and
Thank you.
thank you, and thanks listener
Thank
listening
you.
to us. Stay happy, stay blessed, and most importantly, stay grateful. I'll see you another one. Bye.